It's 6:10 in the morning and Marcus is holding his baby while an email promises a new $1,000 government account if he activates today. His thumb pauses above the link. 3 questions hit at once. Is this real? Is his child eligible? And what does it replace? That's the right pause. New government payment programs attract legitimate attention, then fake urgency. The money may be real. The message may not be. The program is called Trump Accounts, and eligible children born from January 1, 2025 through December 31, 2028 can receive a one-time $1,000 pilot contribution. Marcus's first move should not be clicking. One practical approach is to open a fresh browser and type the official government address himself. Treasury says it will not contact people by text message or phone call about Trump account activation at this time. Use irs.gov, trumpaccounts.gov, or the official app. If a caller asks for your child's social security number, end the conversation. Think of activation like opening a locked front door. The key matters, but so does knowing who handed it to you. Treasury says there is no cost to open an account. That matters because scam sites often create fake fees around real programs. IRS guidance says Trump accounts cannot be funded before July 4, 2026, so any request for money earlier deserves immediate suspicion. Marcus's daughter was born in 2026. That puts the promise inside the window. But eligibility still depends on citizenship and identification. Pause. Urgency is the scammer's favorite costume. A real financial decision can usually survive 10 minutes of verification. Treasury says eligible children begin receiving the $1,000 pilot contribution starting July 4, 2026, once the activation process opens. Parents, guardians, and other authorized individuals can establish accounts for children who have not turned 18 before the end of the election year. Before activation, gather the child's social security number, date of birth, home address, and your own identifying information. Don't hunt while rushed. IRS materials direct families to Form 4547 for the Trump account election, so expect a formal process, not a casual message thread. If more than one adult could claim authority, consider settling that first. Account control can become messy when families move faster than paperwork. Now the second question, what is this thing? It is not just a baby bonus sitting in cash forever. It behaves more like a child investment account with guardrails. That means upside exposure, rules, and trade-offs. Harvard and Jidwal children must be U.S. citizens with valid Social Security numbers to receive the one-time $1,000 pilot contribution. Put the birth window and funding date on your family planning list. Missing paperwork is boring, but it can slow real money. Authorized contributions from individuals and employers are allowed up to $5,000 per year under current IRS guidance. Employers can contribute up to $2,500 per year without that amount counting as taxable income for the employee, according to IRS guidance. That makes HR worth calling. Ask whether your company plans to offer contributions when enrollment opens and whether eligibility depends on job status. But don't confuse available space with required savings. A $5,000 limit does not mean every family should contribute $5,000. If cash flow is tight, consider priorities first: emergency savings, high-interest debt, insurance coverage, and retirement contributions may matter more this year. Funds must be invested in certain mutual funds or ETFs tracking a U.S. stock index, such as the S&P 500. That is market exposure, not a savings account. Historically, broad U.S. indexes have rewarded patience, but they can drop sharply along the way. IRS guidance says funds generally cannot be withdrawn before the year the child turns 18. So don't use this as your emergency fund. The account may help long-term wealth building, but diapers, rent, and repairs need accessible cash. Now the big comparison: 529 plan, custodial account, or Trump account. These tools can sit together, but they solve different problems. A 529 is usually education-centered. Families use it when tuition, trade school, or qualified education costs are the main target. The Trump account is broader in feel but narrower in investment choice. It aims at long-term ownership, not a tuition-only lane. If education is the clearest goal, consider comparing state 529 tax benefits before redirecting dollars. Your state rules may change the answer. If flexibility matters more, consider how a custodial account works, but weigh taxes, control, and financial aid effects with a qualified professional. Custodial accounts can be powerful, but they usually become the child's asset. That can surprise parents who imagined permanent control. The $1,000 federal seed is one-time pilot money for eligible children, not an annual government contribution under the current program description. That means Marcus should treat the first deposit like a foundation stone, helpful, visible, but not the whole house. Here's the working checklist. Verify the source, confirm the child's eligibility, then decide where this account fits in your savings stack. Step 1. Verification. Don't respond through the message. Navigate directly to the government site or app, then compare instructions there. Step 2. Eligibility. Check birth date, citizenship, social security number, and who has legal authority to open the account. Step 3. Priority. Decide whether new dollars go here, to a 529, to retirement, or to debt reduction first. Remember, IRS guidance says these accounts cannot receive funding before July 4, 2026. Once funds are allowed, review any fund expenses and investment rules. Small costs can matter when money compounds for nearly 2 decades. Softly. This is where emotion enters. A baby account feels like promise, but promise still needs structure. Use the rules to slow the moment down. The smartest money moves often feel less dramatic than the emails announcing them. A valid social security number is required for children whose accounts are established under IRS Trump account rules. Authorized individuals can include more than parents, depending on the child's situation. That is useful and also worth documenting carefully. Co-parents should coordinate before activation. Duplicate efforts may create confusion, and family finance works better when control is clear. After activation, save confirmations in a secure folder. Screen hops help less if they vanish with a lost device. Never send your child's social security number through an unexpected link, even if the message uses official-looking colors and urgent language. The employer angle could be meaningful. Some families may receive a benefit they did not know to ask about. Ask payroll a simple question. Will our company contribute to Trump accounts? And if yes, what do employees need to do? The annual contribution cap for authorized contributions is $5,000, combining individual and employer contributions under current IRS guidance. If you already fund a 529, consider whether additional dollars should diversify purpose, not just chase another account label. Exhale. Markets will not move in straight lines for 18 years. Your child's account will probably see both green days and ugly statements. One approach is to set contribution rules in advance. Automate only what your budget can handle through layoffs, medical bills, and childcare spikes. Investment choices are restricted to specified mutual funds or ETFs tracking U.S. stock indexes according to IRS guidance. Match that stock exposure to the time horizon. For a newborn, the runway is long, but your family's risk tolerance still matters. When the child reaches adulthood, the account shifts from parental planning to the young person's choices. That handoff deserves preparation. Before any future withdrawal, consider checking tax treatment and penalties with a qualified advisor. Rules can matter more than intentions. There is a policy debate here. Some critics question whether the program helps families without spare cash. Supporters point to early asset ownership. For your household, focus on controllables. Verify the account, protect personal data, understand limits, then decide whether contributions fit. Marcus's script is simple. I will not click. I will verify eligibility, and I will compare this against my existing child savings plan. Treasury announced the Trump Accounts app and roll out next steps on May 28, 2026. Treasury's rollout points families to official channels, including the app, rather than activation by random calls or texts. If you receive an email today, slow down, search independently, compare details, and keep the message as evidence if it looks suspicious. If this breakdown helped, follow Money Moves Daily. We keep the finance signal clear, especially when new rules hit busy families fast. This content is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions. The $1,000 matters. The bigger win is building a process your family can repeat whenever money arrives with fine print. Verify first. Confirm eligibility second. Compare account purpose third. That order may save you from both scams and misplaced savings priorities. For Marcus, the smartest move was not speed. It was a clean checklist before the first deposit ever landed. Remember, this content is for informational purposes only and is not financial advice.